Swarovski crystal handle here. That's. Oh, dude, it's on my feet.
Color, dude, the gold flake.
Yeah, what color is it? Brown?
It's called, no, it's Drive It Gray.
Drive It Gray? Yeah. Like Drive It. Drive It Gray.
I don't know how
let's check it out.
Drive It? I don't know how you spell it.
It's got like brown sparkle to it though, huh? Hey everybody, Brooks with DragTimes here. I'm here with Adrian, who's got the supercharged Performante, which we've been racing. So we did half mile, we did quarter mile. Thing's freaking awesome. He's got this brand new BMW M850i. Haven't seen a lot of tests done on it yet. So he brought it over before he tunes and puts wheels and does all his normal modification stuff on it. We wanted to get some baseline stuff on it. So we're going to take it out, do the VBOX, launch control, learn about the launch control. Not even sure if we can do it. Sometimes these BMWs have to have a certain amount of miles on it. I think you got about 900 miles on it. So we're going to go look in the manual in the car, figure out launch control, figure out how to do it, give it a couple revs, run out, get some VBOX numbers. And then we got an M6 over here too, making like 700 horsepower. Probably not a quite fair race. This is rear-wheel drive, this is all-wheel drive. Maybe you get him off the line. The guy with the BMW doesn't like to race off the line though sometimes. Right?
Why, he doesn't know how to drive?
No, he's a good driver, but you know, sometimes he just gets a little nervous. So we'll see if he wants to race.
That's my advantage.
That's your advantage, yeah. So maybe like a first gear roll. Yeah. You roll on it and just see what happens. 700 horsepower. I think we'll see how long it takes me to catch you. If he wants to do it at all. But either way, so the car's awesome. Let's figure out launch control. Let's do some VBOX numbers. We'll see if we can set up a race. Not sure about that, but yeah, the car looks awesome. It's really, really nice inside. It's got these diamond touches in here. I don't know what carbon core is.
Oh, that's the actual, what do you call it, the frame, you know?
The frame is carbon?
Yeah.
Why is it so heavy? This is twin turbo, 530 horsepower.
Yeah, 4.4 V8 twin turbo.
4.4 V8 twin turbo. 8-speed automatic, all-wheel drive.
All-wheel steering.
All-wheel steering. The inside's really, really nice. How do you get in and out of the?
In the back.
In the back.
You just pull this. The seat goes up. Not. You can put it.
All right, I'm gonna get in the back. Let's see.
Okay, you could.
No, I get in.
You're gonna be very tight, and don't worry when the seat comes back. As soon as it hits your knees, it's gonna go forward.
What is the seat?
Yeah. So
whoa!
Let it come back.
Oh, dude, it's on my feet. All right, dude.
It goes forward.
So it squashes your feet and then moves forward. That's fantastic. Dude, if you're claustrophobic, this is not the place for you. First of all, it's freaking hot. Can we start the motor?
Let's keep them there.
Close the door. Stop it. Anyways, look at this. Hold on. Let me see this. You gotta see this, guys. This is how much room you have for your feet.
No, my son sits like that.
Your son sits. So you got, I don't know. Let me pull it back again.
But
this is what happens when you pull it back. Don't move my feet?
No, because as soon as it touches it.
Crushing my legs, dude. You sit back here and do it.
Huh?
What? I've had enough.
Bones or something you keep.
All right.
I remember my brother.
That's tough. That's tough.
You know why they do that? But look, you can fit. It's a different type of clientele, I guess. You can fit a full golf bag here, like pop the trunk.
Dude, I fit 3 golf bags in my M6 trunk. 3.
All right, we're gonna check out how much trunk space this thing's got.
3 golf bags.
I don't know if you fit. That is pretty big.
You're fitting 3 golf bags.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they wanted to.
Adam, let me see you get in the trunk. See if you fit in there.
Get the fuck
No, Adam.
There's the M6. 850 M6. Crystal. What's the crystal option? What is that?
It's a crystal.
Swarovski crystal handle here. That's super fancy. We got some other stuff here.
What can I help you with?
I didn't mean to do that. Got some kind of voice recognition. Go away. How do you do launch control? Launch control.
Could you repeat that?
Launch control. I didn't say to put the radio
on. You are
on.
Listening to channel.
No, that's not what I wanted. All right, anyways, we're trying to figure out launch control in the car. I went to keyword search here and just typed it in. Of course, we got to reset now, so I'm going to type in L A U. Okay, so there we go. Launch control. Okay. Concept launch controls and optimum acceleration. There we go. All right, let's learn how to use launch control. So we need to scroll down here. It says press the traction off button. That would be this one. Okay. Now I need to go back to the instructions. Okay. Oh my goodness. Traction off button, we did that. Engage the shift selector to S. We have to be in drive to do that.
You just push it to the left.
To the left?
Yeah, first thing, squeeze it.
Squeeze it.
And go back to, squeeze it, go back to drive. Now and push it to the left.
Okay, so we're in S. With the left foot, press forcefully down on the brake. Press and hold the accelerator pedal beyond the resistance point. The full throttle kick down. A flag symbol is displayed in the instrument cluster. Starting engine speed adjust within 3 seconds. Release the brake. Repeated use during the trip. After launch control has been used, the transmission must be cooled 5 minutes. Could use it again. All right, so we need 5 minutes in between launch controls. We're gonna put the VBOX in the car. We'll do a test right here in the street, and then we'll take it out and give it a run.
Yeah.
Dynamic traction control activated. Okay, now you go left, S1. Okay, let's see if it works. Launch control active. Looks like we're good to go for launch control. We just figured out how to use launch control using the manual in the iDrive system. So I got a camera hooked up, exhaust mic out the back, and we're gonna go give it a quarter-mile test, hit the 0 to 60 and get all the stats on the car. Supposedly it's all-wheel drive, does pretty good, 0 to 60 in the 3s. And supposed to run the quarter-mile in high 11s or low 12s, so give it a try. Feels pretty strong, and the car sounds really, really good. But it's definitely a big car. I got the traction off. We're gonna put it in drive. I'm gonna put it in the S1 mode. Launch control active. Feels good. 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds. Now this isn't even the M version, so I know the M version has come out even more horsepower. I think the 8 Series is going to be a great car with its all-wheel drive and coming off pretty hard. Pretty good, pretty good. What do you think it ran? Let me put it in park. Am I in park?
You have to push the
Park, got it.
0 to 60 manufacturers, they say 3.6. I say that 3.5.
3.6 is the manufacturer, but it's hot out.
Oh, okay, so you did 3.8.
3.8 to 60. What do you think the quarter mile did?
High 11s.
High 11s? Yeah.
Low 12s.
Low 12s? It actually came off really good. It launch control came off. It looked like it bogged a little bit and then took off. I did 2 runs. That's 0 to 60 in like 3.5, which might be 3.4, and it's hot out. And we've been running the car and doing all the kind of revs and stuff like that. Quarter mile 11.8 at 120 miles an hour. The thing moves pretty good. Yeah. Steering is, you know, it's a big car. It feels good though. I mean, it sounds great too. The car's freaking badass. What are these? It's got laser headlights. What does that mean? You know what that means?
No.
No?
Unfortunately, I don't know.
Laser headlights. They look pretty wicked. Alrighty, so that's a wrap. Thanks a lot, Adrian, for bringing by the M850i before you tune it, put wheels on it, do all the stuff you normally do. We got a track hurdle coming up. I think it'll bring the Performante out again.
I have to. Now it's done. The launch control is fixed.
Okay.
Everything.
So launch control's fixed. We're going to do another run, 720S versus Performante. He'll bring out the BMW. We'll do some runs with that. Maybe we'll get the M6 out. Really appreciate you bringing by. Car's great, runs great, and
Thanks.
look forward to seeing some
My
more
pleasure,
stuff. Thanks a
man.
lot, buddy. All right.
Bye.
All right, so let's go over the summary of the performance numbers of the BMW M850i and also give it the DragTimes score. Now, these scores, I'm trying to not compare it against exotic cars, but maybe other cars in this class. Obviously, I haven't reviewed a bunch of them, but I can also compare it against the Tesla later on and some other cars that are similar in price and maybe similar in performance. So, launch control, number one, 3.4 to 60. Launch control is pretty complicated to engage at first. But once you get it in the right modes, I think if you're used to it, it'll be not as big an issue. But 0 to 60 came in at 3.4 seconds. 0 to 100, 8.2 seconds. That's okay, not great. I think for $125,000 what this car cost, you know, if you go to the M series, you're going to get better performance. I give that a 6. Top end speed, quarter-mile trap, 118 miles an hour. It's okay, not great. I mean, the M3s and M4s can get those speeds for a lot less money, so I gave that a 6 as well. Onto the roll racing, 6 to 130 came in at 10.9 seconds. Not that great at all. I mean, the Tesla can even do better than that, and that doesn't have a lot of top-end power. Gave that a 6 there. Transmission, 8-speed automatic transmission. Transmission's actually really good. You don't need a DCT in this car. It was smooth, responsive. The shifts were on point. So I give the transmission an 8 out of 10. On to aerodynamics. This car doesn't really have much. There's no active. I mean, I guess passive aerodynamics, whatever they did it. So not really applicable. I'm just going to give that a 7. Onto the sound, twin turbo V8, lots of pops, lots of crackles when you put it in the right mode. I think the car sounds great. It'd be nice if the McLaren sounded that good. So sound, I gave it an 8. Onto the handling, the car is really big. It does have all-wheel drive and all-wheel steering, which does help it, but it's just pretty much a boat, and it's just not very impressive in the handling department. So I give that a 6. Practicality, as you saw me get in the back, those back seats are pretty much worthless. It was scrunching my legs, and it was just not very comfortable, a little claustrophobic back there. Although it had pretty good trunk storage, a lot of space in the back there. So tiny seats, good storage. I give that a 7 for practicality. It's not a 4-door car, it's a coupe. So that's that for that. On to the cost, $125,000 for this car, brand new model. It's a pretty attractive looking car. I guess for the money it's decent. I gave that a 7. So total score for the DragTimes score on the BMW M850i is a 67. So where does that line up? Actually, I really don't even know because I haven't really compared cars in this class. So maybe I'll have to do a review on the Tesla to kind of compare against that or some other cars in this class. Hopefully I can get my hands on some other cars and we can get that rolling. So there you go. Those are the performance numbers. 0 to 60, 3.4, 1178, 118 miles an hour for the quarter mile, and the 6130 and 10.9. So actually I think I forgot to give it that quarter mile ET rating. That was the third one, so I forgot that. That's a 6 out of 10 for the 11.78 in the quarter mile. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Enjoyed this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we'll keep all the reviews, performance numbers, racing coming to you. Thanks a lot. Stop.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, last one. Yeah, foot on brake.
Okay. Traction off.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Ready? Anyone behind us? Stop.
Hey,
Wait.
You won't do
honking
it.
or are you saying go?
Oh, honk. Hold on. Well, I'll say go.
Hold on, but,
S1. Okay, do it again. Foot on brake.
Foot on brake.
All the way down.
And then?
All the way down.
It is all the way down.
Throttle. 1, 2.